Gemini, just promise me y'all don't get arrested, okay? This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And yes, guys, there is always an extended reading. That link is in the description box, and I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section as well. I hope you guys can join me for that, or you can join the Unbound membership and get unlimited access to all the channel perks, plus all of the extended readings forever, ever for the life of your membership. So consider that. Check out the other channel memberships too. It's on the front page of my site of this channel, so it's easy to find. Tense astrology, to say the least. We're going to get into it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Gemini content comes out every single Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's over here on the West Coast. And you can also join me for a daily tarot card reading. That's general energy, and I hope that you guys, it's a live chat. So Monday through Friday, I do it in my second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. I'll attach that link above. Sometimes life stings. It's like the first time I'm seeing these cards. No, I know what these cards. Co-create with spirit. You about to find God. You about to. That's kind of what these cards are saying to me. It's through faith that pain is relieved. But I think that there was maybe even something that happened that made you question your faith. I can tell you from the astrology, it's a challenging week. Challenging because there's lots of squares in the air, and Mercury is in the middle of it. Mercury is square, at least through the weekend, to Mars. Which is why I said, oh God, please don't get arrested, Gemini. Because that's going to make you extremely pop-offish with your mouth. And combative with your mouth. And in a couple of days today, by this new moon, you're going to be in direct opposition to Saturn as well. Mercury is direct opposition to Saturn, and Mercury's in Leo. You got a whole hell of a lot of confidence and a whole hell of a lot of irrational reasons to fucking mouth off. And you could find yourself in major confrontations this week with authority figures, including the law. So that's why I say, hold your peace. Hold your peace. Silence is the answer. It's going to be really difficult for you, though, I think, because there's just this sense of, I know I'm right. I got to say what I got to say. Or being so sick of some bullshit that you just kind of explode. And this is that kind of week. Sometimes life stings. Somebody's attacked you. Somebody has dive-bombed you with some crap. Now, unless you take wasp energy, because this is wasp, it's not necessarily mosquito. If it was mosquito, it was different. But wasps, they sting and they don't necessarily spread diseases, right? So we're not talking about anything that could permanently injure you, but a lot of little and even, I'm not touching you, bullshit. You're gonna, that's the kind of shit that you're just gonna it's gonna make you want to fucking just let loose on somebody. Co-create with spirit is, it's testing you. Somebody's testing you. And even it's spirit. Spirit is testing. How far can I push them? And even more importantly, how does Gemini behave when I push them? They're trying to see, I'll tell you right now, Spirit is trying to see how much you've learned and how far you've come. Because it's not that this isn't a situation that you've been in before, but have you been in this situation before with the wisdom that you now have? No, you haven't. You know what's on the other side of every behavior you choose. So why are you going to choose the one that's going to fuck you up? In other words, you will be able to see through somebody's combativeness. You'll be able to see the manipulation. You'll be able to see, okay. They're just trying to, they're trying to make me react. which should make you very oppositional in a way and make you not want to react at all. There's a lot of contention. So you're not just square to Mars. Mercury is not just square to Mars. It's also square to Uranus, which could make you very almost oppositional in a sense of like wanting to do something just because somebody tells you that you can't. So be careful this week, at least in the beginning part of it. Now, that square to the south node, because you're part of a grand square today. This is that new moon day when this video arrives to you, or whenever it arrives to you. There's a grand square in the astrology, which means there's just a lot. It's like a breaking point. It's like this, like when it's in your natal chart, it's real hard. But when it's a transit, it just means that there is like, it's like a boulder that you can't get fucking by. And you just gotta like wait for it to pass. And it's kind of an explosive point. It's kind of an igniting point. It's kind of that, you know, pushing on a pimple to make it pop. That's kind of what it feels like when it's a transit. Natal chart, it's a little bit different. These will be things that will challenge you your entire life if you've got a grand cross in your chart. But when it's just, you're part of the transit, and since anything Mercury is experiencing, you're somehow experiencing too, especially Mercury in Leo, because Mercury in Leo is real sure of itself. So I'm sure you're going to be really sure of yourself. And there's this conjunction that you're in the middle of today with the sun, the moon, and Mercury. So this is a sense of you're feeling really confident about yourself, so much so that nobody's going to be able to tell you jack shit, and you almost kind of really want to rebel against any motherfucker who's going to try to tell you what's what. Be careful of that, because the universe is trying to push you to see how far, and how you'll behave. Or it's an authority figure, it's somebody watching to see how you're going to react. Reclaim your power from yourself, not from anybody else. Reclaim your power from these pressure points. Reclaim your power by deciding to be the best of yourself and to be watchful. This is about diligently watching. Okay? And then we have nothing is wasted. This is Aquarius energy. Let me think on this one. Nothing is wasted. You're going to see very clearly the opportunity in this situation. Somebody's going to try to dive bomb you, but there's a clear opportunity that they're exposing that I don't think they know that they're exposing. But if you sit in silence for a second and retreat, just so that you stay out of the major fire path, and you just sort of look objectively, you'll see there's an opportunity in it's like David and Goliath. You know, something's coming at you full on giant mode, but it has its Achilles heel. And there's an opportunity that you're going to be able to see where nobody else sees it, especially to a pressure point. It's got to do with somebody nagging or needling or accusing. You know, they can't do anything big time, but they can irritate the shit out of you. Or it's not a person, it's just something that's been irritating the shit out of you. That's been happening sort of all around you. And there's just this sense of seeing an opportunity. What is Gemini up to? You got everything you need right in front of you. That's what this in reverse means. It's like you got all the resources that you need right in front of you. So it's not that you're unlucky. It's that you already have what you need. What does that mean? Life is a mystery. And so in other words, there's part of this equation that is unknown or that is hidden that you can't really see. Or somebody's about to expose their shit. So all you got to do is a little bit right now, try to sit back and watch this happen. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. There's an escape here. It's almost a way out. Like a back door. a way of being able to move on from problems. Or in some cases, no, this is moving on from problems, finally being able to get over issues. To see clearly where you have been having issues, stuff that you couldn't see before. Okay. That's what this energy is, or all the experiences this week are pointing out to you. This sense of really what's been blocking you from being able to move on. And a lot of times when energy like that comes out, it's not another person, it's something in you that you couldn't see, but now you can. Or let me say this, if for some reason you've been blocked or stopped, this some reason is intentional. It's spiritual. It's either it's a legitimate spiritual block, but no, I think it's actually spirit blocking you from making an irrational choice because of the irritation. Because the irritation is something you could actually swat away. It's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't want you to make an irrational choice. That's why you've been sort of blocked up or held up. Don't make an irrational choice. Sit back. There's an opportunity in this moment that you're missing because you're trying to look to get away. But don't look to get away. Look to get better. Look to do more. Now, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Make your dreams real. Somebody's pulling your strings. As soon as I heard this, I pulled this card, Gemini. I heard this one thing come into my head. I'm going to share it with you. It said, it's time to write your story. Now, I don't know what the hell that means to you. I don't know if it's a science fiction novel or a biography or it's a letter or whatever. But it's time to, or a poem or a song. It's time to write your story. You have everything you need now to be able to really share what I think you've held back. And you have the wisdom to know the modality through which you should share it. Also, these two cards together, your resources are tied up. Your resources could be tied up from something that you didn't understand. Let's get those answers for you. What was tying up Gemini's resources? If that's the case, what was coming up? Ace of Swords. There's something better out there for you. There's an opportunity that's even better that you didn't see. And it's just trying to put things back into balance. This is justice. A decision made in your favor. A decision made in your... You got justice. This is good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Let's move on to these cards. I want to see where they go. It's almost like suddenly there's justice. Suddenly there's clarity. Clarity. Or somebody takes justice like, it's like somebody stands up for you. That's kind of what it is. It's like God intervenes and is like, nope, no more. Bullshit. And then we have this, stranger in a strange land. You ain't never been here before. I don't think that you've ever maybe even experienced this before. This seems weird to you. Maybe you're out of sorts because you didn't expect things to go right. We got to pull a moon card for you guys. We've got to. Gemini. Gemini. Adjustments are required. Okay, but what adjustments? Adjustments are required, and a win-win outcome is forecast. This is once again Libra energy. A win-win outcome is forecast. A decision that's made that balances things out. I don't know. There's somebody here, like this is good thing. Like this is a good thing. The right decision has been made, and yet you're having a hard time, or somebody's having a hard time that you're dealing with. They're just struggling. They can't accept. Somebody cannot accept what has happened, even though what has happened is not going to be undone because it was definitely done correctly. And somebody's acting all kinds of desperate here, trying to just control the situation and do what they can with the resources that they have. Andromeda comes out. That's like stranger in a strange land, feeling odd, feeling weird, feeling like in some ways you're never going to be the same as who you were. But you shouldn't be. But you feel the difference. You feel weird. And you know when that happens? When you've changed, but you have to go back for some reason too, like your hometown or your house, or you have to be around old school people. Like you're gonna realize this week just how much you've changed when you're surrounded by people who haven't. And that's gonna be your beacon light for the direction that you have to go more than anything else. When you realize, I don't fit in here anymore. And step back and think, why? Why don't I fit in anymore? And then you'll start to get a real good image in your head of who you've become. And that's going to be that light that lights the way to this new path that you're on. This could also be what's coming is a strange opportunity, an opportunity that you didn't expect. What could that be? I'm trying to pull this down, I'm sorry. What could that be? Gemini. Field of Dreams. Guys, my face just lit up because this card is blessings from heaven. If you build it, they will come, but you already built it. You already made those decisions. Blessings are just coming in based on the work that you've done. And it may be hard for you to have faith right now. I'm sure it is. I have to say this. As much as you may have think that you've thought, or much as you may have thought that you found who you were and what you were supposed to be, I don't think you even knew the half of your full potential. This is you legitimately getting on a spaceship and riding off into the sunset. In other words, maybe not literally, but your potential and your future has such surprises in it, and not bad ones, but like ones that you can't even comprehend, ones that are sort of quote unquote out of this world. And Field of Dreams is all about blessings finding you. The important thing for you to do right now, Gemini, the most important thing, is to remember your standards, to not forget them, And no matter how much you're being pressured to compromise those standards, do not compromise those standards. And know that anybody who's asking you to compromise those standards does not give a shit about you. They're asking you to do it for their comfort's sake, so they don't have to change something. There's a lot of information being released that's going to help you out. And maybe somebody didn't want that, but it don't matter, because it's definitely being released. I feel like I done lost my mind for some reason. I feel like I lost my mind. What's going on? What's going on? Leave your comments below, guys. I really want you. I really want to know how you're relating to this, because none of this makes sense to me. 5 of Pentacles, faith, having nothing, being left out in the cold. It's like, you know damn well from experience. It's not information. The information may be ambiguous, but you know from experience that you need to defend yourself against this, that you need to protect yourself. Because there is definitely shit you don't know. So what is that shit? When you're able to move forward. Oh, I understand. There has been a holdup in some funds, and that's really bothering you. It's not that you don't have enough, you do, but there's been a holdup in some funds, and it's pissing you off and irritating you when things are going to move forward, or why things haven't moved forward. When will things move forward, or why things haven't moved forward? There's some sort of contention among people. Like something, well, no, this is in the past though. So what was it? Contention among people? Not liking each other? Falling out of sorts with somebody? But what should they do about it? No, stop. Answer my questions. What are they supposed to do about it? What are they supposed to do about it? Cry about it. It's just, in other words, accept the disappointment. What? Gemini. It's like, take the hit. That's what it's asking you to do? No. I'm going to go into the extended reading. Please do join me. That link is below.